put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. And if you wanna be a chef, then I say cook it up. And if you wanna be the champ, well I say hook it up. Cause I can never tell you what you can't be. Yes I can, see a failure is something you can't be. Plus, I get you a shuttle if you feel that you need space. The sky's the limit, get you wings for your birthday. Whatever makes you happy, if you like it, then I love it. Turning nothing into something, I'm all in and I ain't bluffing. I'm who you got when the world ain't got your back, man. I pull over when life puts you in the fast lane. I'm in your corner like Bandini, if you tumble, I'd tell you like him. Rumble, young man, rumble, see. Some women go cause I ain't make them happiest. But who am I to impede on somebody's happiness? I guess I learned a lot by going with the flow of things. You fight the current like salmon, we die and go insane. That's why I stay up in my lane, just be a lyricist. And yes, I'm multifaceted, but not omnipotent. And what I do know is we all gon' have a path to take. And I won't be the one that's standing in somebody's way. There ain't no perfect life or perfect way to get success. But there's a perfect way to take the time to be yourself. And you gon' find it when you find it, ain't no rushing that. Too many you running this rat race, how many gon' just relax? When life ain't just about money, Jesus ain't die rich. Neither did Martin Luther, Gandhi, or Malcolm X. And one say life gon' constantly change, so don't get stuck in one space, you won't be open for things. What's happening, fam? I'm still under the weather. L.A.R. movement still moving. As you see by the title and the thumbnail, shout out to Grinch. I heard him say something this morning that inspired this. You know, he was like, you know, people have been on YouTube and watching YouTube, so in some cases more than they've been learning anything, more than they invested more on YouTube than they did their own educations. And he was like, I'm sitting there and he said it. I'm like, yeah, you right. You are absolutely right. So I started thinking, like, what are people really doing? You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when I say, what are people really doing? The answer sometimes comes off, if I'm being pessimistic, is nothing. And it might sound messed up, but I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things, because this is where we got to go. You know, since it's February, it's Black History Month. This is a time where Black people should be learning about Black history, even though you should be learning your history every day, as much as you can. But after all of these years, you're still seeing people too old to not know certain things just find out things. And these people are from major metropolitan cities. These people then went to, grade school, high school, sometimes college, and just, I didn't even know. It's like, what were you doing? What were you looking at online this whole time to not know stuff? And that's just implement that with just learning in general. It's been said a few times. I've said it a few times. I remember when my son was in high school, I was like, I don't understand how y'all on this phone all the time. Y'all on the phone in class, in the hallway. But then when somebody asks you a question, you don't know nothing.
So you're on social media, day and night. Even when you're young, you're on the phone day and night, really not doing anything but playing games and taking goofy pictures and watching, content that just is silly. So when somebody asks you a question, you don't know anything. And people are like, well, what do you mean? Like, how don't everybody don't know that? Yeah, everybody that's not, everybody that has an IQ over 3 knows that. And they're like, well, what are we saying? I'm saying, part of me is saying, people have been online so much, they don't even have a thirst for learning. You don't have a thirst for learning, you know, and that's a problem because now you're dealing with people and society, and you can tell when you're having a conversation how difficult it is. I remember when I was a teenager, the equivalent was when I was a teenager, they said things like, listen, you trying to tell me you know every song on the radio, but you don't know your homework. You sitting, you listening to all these CDs and all these songs all day long that you to memorize 3-minute songs, 4-minute songs, 5-minute songs. But if I ask you a simple question about geography or history or math, you don't know nothing. That becomes a problem. And people have to take that into consideration. So now it's like, what are you learning online? So nothing. I'm saying nothing. I'll be extra, but it doesn't come off that people have learned much. With all the political talk. Well, I ain't even. Yeah, I could go to political talk. You see all of these people who talk politics and talk about politics. but if you really were to talk politics with people, in all honesty, they really wouldn't know. Once you get past the "Make America Great Again" or the "Everybody Life Matters" conversation, it's pretty much dead space after that. Like, you can't talk to people about the economy. They online and they're online and the news is feeding them information, and they still, and the information that they're getting fed really is just surface BS. So when you talk to a person about, okay, man, we need to talk about this and that and this and that, and then when somebody asks an actual in-depth question because they actually know the topic, people get flustered. They get flustered. I'm not even sure if I could blame mainstream media at this particular point. Because when I was younger, our families used to tell us, hey, man, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. They used to tell you, hey, man, that TV, they're not going to tell you the truth all the time. That TV will lie to you. So now you have all these people in the world who just want to take on. No, that's another issue. Nobody actually reads. And let me say, I'm not a reader anymore. I'm not an avid reader anymore. I can say that about myself too. But when something is important, I will sit down and read it. And this is one of the things that I've noticed. Even like, I'm gonna make this reference. Anytime I've went to court in the last 24 years, right? Anytime. And it was just me. Because I read things, people was like, what, how did you know that? And it's like, bro, I read it. Like, you think I'm gonna come to, like, I remember being in court for an eviction. I got evicted for paying my rent, which somebody would be like, how? That don't even make sense. With some apartment complexes, they used to put like rent and water together, but the apartment complex I was in, they so the bills didn't come on time. Like the water bill never, it just had a habit of not coming on time. So one month I paid my rent one month, and then the next month I was waiting on the water bill to come and it didn't. So what I did was I paid the balance, the exact same balance from the month before. And it was like, okay. And they took it, and because I told them, I said, hey man, I didn't get the bill. And it was like, okay. So I go out of town, I come back, I get an eviction notice for $2 and like 40 cents because the last part of the water bill was $2.40 because I was off, right? And then so I went to court, and I was like, and it was like, they're evicting you, blah blah blah, and the people were sitting there, we're gonna evict you, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm like, and I get to court, and I'm like, Texas law says if somebody gives you money for something and you give it back, you refused it, so that person doesn't owe you money. So if I give you a check and you get a check back to me, you received the funds, you just gave it back. So it's a zero balance. So I'm in court and I say it, and I got the proof because I got the stuff they gave me back. Because basically, when I came back in town, they just told me I owed them $2.40. And they gave me the check back. So I gave them the check back, and then I had to go get a money order for $2.40. And when I gave them the money order, they gave me the check and the money order back. It was like, well, no, you're gonna pay all of these late fees because this, that, and the third. And I just like, oh, okay. So I get to court, and it's like, what? So they got mad as I don't know what. Man, what's going on? Harahan? What? What's up, Saint? So I'm saying this stuff for a reason. So even when I'm in court with the child support stuff, when I stop having a lawyer, I'm talking every time. Sometimes I respond in the court, and I know that the judge and them are doing some BS because the laws in a state say a certain thing. So if they say, okay, if a kid graduates high school, child supports could stop. You know what I'm saying? At that particular, after they graduated high school, and then they start asking questions. Have they worked a job for more than 3 months, or are they going to college, or are they going to trade school? No. So did they work a job for a few months? No. And then they go, well, in this state, it goes to 19. That's not what the law says. The law says, you have to put in an extra addendum to ask for an extension of 19. But since, the courts are biased like that, they just act like the addendum was already there. You get what I mean? They do that type of stuff. You're right. And then and speaking of stuff like that, when say people don't read policies, I think what people should do, if you on social media, like if you had if you were ever to get a car loan or a mortgage, you might just want to, if you're gonna learn something, go online and see what that loan means. Because they're gonna give you a gang of paper that's gonna give you a gang of things, but it bullet points to a few things. If you get behind more than 2 months, they taking it, 2 or 3, depending on what place it is. This is your initial, what do you call it? This is what you're going to pay per month. And to be perfectly honest, that can change, especially with a home. They can tell you your mortgage is initially this, but the taxes may go up. So you might be paying $1,500 a month for your mortgage and your mortgage, insurance, fees or whatever, in taxes, my bad. But a year from now, it might be $1,600. A year from that, it might be $1,700 because the taxes kept going up and up and up and up and up. You got to know that, right? Because your mortgage could stay the same, but your mortgage payment can go up. And that's if you got a fixed rate. And this is what I mean. Like, society hasn't really learned much online. Same thing with these car payments. You got to know that these people You know, and that's why sometimes one of the things why people don't buy cars as much, because people will tell you, oh man, if you put this amount down, this is going to be your payment a month. But then they don't, you're not, they're telling you one thing half the time. If they try, especially when they're trying to screw you over, they'll tell you, okay, if you put 5,000 down, you know, it'll knock this to that. And all they do a lot of times, especially the shady people, they just switch the numbers. They're going to tell you, you paying, you know, you put $5,000 down, and you got to make sure it's actually on the car, because they'll put that sucker on the taxes, you know, taxes and fees. And it's like, oh, okay. So if the car was 30,000 and you thought you put down 5,000 to make it 25 to lower your payments, you're going to still have taxes, of course, on the car and all that. But they'll put the 5,000 to your taxes and fees, and then and still tell you, oh, your payment is da 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 da. And you be like, hey man, wait a minute. But society doesn't teach people that, or people aren't paying attention to that, because we bottom line everything. But let me go. Let's move further. When we get to this dating, relationship, gender war, you know, this becomes it's the same thing. People haven't learned much. You're seeing people old, young and old, having the same issues, having the same talking points, playing the same games. How many times have you watched? You can still watch of all of these new dating shows that are the same, and the people get on there and say the very same type of things. They do the very same type of things over and over and over again. So you mean to tell me you've been watching these dating shows, and you're going to get on these dating shows and say the same stupid stuff as everybody you watched on those dating shows that you thought was stupid? But it's going to be different when it's you. Oh, okay. So you just stupid. Because we got to start, you know, sometimes like people ask you like, hey man, what are solutions? And I sit there sometimes and I go, it's sad, but people got to put solutions on social media. And honestly, you might not even watch the solutions, because are you on social media to actually improve? Most times that's a no. You're on social media to just waste time, entertain yourself. But let's go down some of these things. Somebody should have told you that if you go on a date, you have good manners. That's easy. If you go on a date, if you're a guy, show up, be presentable. If you ask a person to go on a date, you pay for the date, and just have good manners. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. And be considerate. And guess what? If you're a lady, show up, have manners, be somebody good to hang out with, and be considerate. Don't go on a date and think you just this is my opportunity to get somebody to pay for all this stuff that I don't pay for myself. No. See, and this is what I mean by, because a lot of this stuff is online, people talk about real life that don't live real life. They're just talking to online people, knowing that those online people ain't really dealing in the real world like they should be. Because it's very simple when you say something like, hey man, there's no reason to talk about dysfunctional relationships, dysfunctional, you know, couples, because you're not really getting to that, because dating isn't even functional. People talk about toxic relationship and trauma relationship. You know what people don't talk about? Toxic dating. That's why people stopped dating like that, because it was toxic. People were going out on dates and acting a complete utter fool on a regular basis and expected to keep having dates. So you had men who kept asking people for dates and was acting an utter fool on dates. And then you had women who was asked to be on dates and kept acting a complete utter fool on dates. So if it's the guy and I'm paying, I'm gonna stop asking. And even when it's good, so when it's good dudes, she's out of pocket. When it's good women, he's out of pocket. You get what I'm saying? It's like y'all can't even date. Forget this relationship stuff. If you can't go on if you can't go on 10 dates with 10 different people, and because you're not gonna get along with all of them, you're not gonna be in a relationship with all of them, or anything is gonna materialize out of that. If you can't go on 10 dates with 10 different people and not have a bad experience, you're not ready for a relationship. I'm dead serious. Society hasn't really taught you that online, because forget the relationships is really, who are you as a person? See, people are not telling people, man, y'all showing up entitled to brand new people on a regular basis. It ain't just, it is serial. It's a bad issue. And I'm just gonna start talking about the interactions with the world. Like, you have people doing stuff on social media and telling you things are okay on social media, or not telling you that's not good. It's not a good idea to drive in your car and drink. It's not a good idea. No. Let me start getting into some serious real talk about this stuff. Society is not telling you these fantasy relationships that people are talking about are unbalanced, and people believe that other people will believe as balance is what they're talking about. See, they're rich. The rich person is going to be in a relationship with the poor person. The responsible person is going to be in a relationship with the irresponsible person. The big spender is going to be in a relationship with the saver. You get what I'm saying? The person that's on a health kick, yeah. The person that's healthy is going to be in a relationship with the unhealthy person. That's what we talking about. No, rich dad, poor dad is people, all them people worked in rich dad, poor dad. But, the hard working person is going to be with the lazy person. And that's balance. You see, we're going to even each other out. No, you're going to drain somebody and get on somebody's nerves. That's what's going on. The wild person is going to be with the mild-mannered person. The smart person is going to be with the dumb person. No. And people have, even with this whole relationship content, that's really the basis for all of these little dumb stereotypes people are having. Y'all want a good person to be with a bad person, and we're gonna have a good relationship. No, you're not. You're not. That's not gonna happen whatsoever. Doesn't matter if we're gonna have to what I've seen online for all these years, that's the modern yin and yang, is you haven't learned much. And the reason why I'm saying this and saying people haven't learned much, because you've seen people try that same model online because you've been online so much, and it ain't work out for none of them. But once again, we go back to the but I'm gonna be different though. It's stupid. You know, they used to tell you, you know, a wise person learns from other people's mistakes, so they don't have to make them. You got people who make mistakes on their own. You know, excuse me, and that's how they learn. And you got people who learn from other people's mistakes, and that's how they learn. And you got people who just have to hear about that type of mistake. They ain't even see it. Another person do it. It's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna do that because of the possibility. People are illogical. Patrick, I'm finna, y'all finna think I'm anti-black manosphere. What I'm about to say. I'm be honest. At this point, the men are being unreasonable and superficial too. Unreasonable and superficial too. It's too many bad built, ponytail having, overly sensitive, grown men. Thank you for that. Like, you know, grown men who out of here, you know what I'm saying? I deserve this. I should have this. Man, shut up. You ain't learned that even men, you know, I've seen too many men, you know, play this. Oh, man, I'm a player. I'm a this. I'm a that. Man, you an old loser talking crazy. That's all that is. Society hasn't learned much online. See, you know, society hasn't learned, don't disrespect people and expect respect. How often do I see that? You know, even you think about the dating scene when it was. What was one of the last issues before women said there was no dating, they weren't dating anymore, was men saying what? I'm taking you out and you're gonna be on your phone. You're gonna be on your phone. So I'm taking you to dinner and you're gonna be on your phone. You know. That was a problem. Well, I would say I don't think it's Troy, I feel you, but I don't think it's just environment, because everybody, because the internet is everywhere. I get that people in more, I ain't gonna say rural, yeah, you can say more rural environments, they do have more interactions with each other. You know, forced to. But I was like, but people in cities, we all right next to each other and we in a whole nother world. It don't even make sense. Yeah, I get it. But you know, part of that interaction was, you know, guys, man, I take you out on a date and you're gonna be on the phone. That's an issue. That's disrespectful. You gotta understand, like, society hasn't learned much in this sense, because and it's messed up. It's messed up that I gotta say this, but it is what it is. You got people who want to be out of pocket online with people. Like I just recently, earlier today, saw another video of somebody doing the prank stuff in New Orleans. The boy almost got shot. And so the dude who pulled a gun out on him, you know, he took whatever bag he had with him, and he's like, hey, man, that's my bag. It's a prank, man. My camera over there. Hey, man, get out of here, man. Because here's what needs to be said. If you think it's funny to go not agonizing, if you think it's entertainment to go antagonizing people and something's not going to happen to you, and you've watched this happen, and you've watched people get punched in the face, beat up, kicked, smacked, and shot for doing the same thing, But you gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna set up a camera and go mess with people, and nothing gonna happen to me. You out of your you ain't learned that. I'm gonna do it for content. Okay, you willing to die for content? Fine, but I'm not gonna. Everybody pray for. Nah, I ain't praying for that idiot. No, I'm not, because you're not learning anything. You know, right? So we have an issue just with respect. We have one of those things where people haven't learned that, if you get on your phone and you talking crazy about somebody, they might see you in real life and it might go down. And how many times do people have to relearn that lesson? People aren't learning much. It's pathetic. But but what I was about to say was gonna be so cold-blooded. Right. So now, that's a whole nother aspect. The other thing. Because I'll tell you what I believe is prank video. I treat the same way as prank videos. When I see these videos of these guys just walking around, filming parking lots and buildings and a police station, they just walking around. It's my legal right to film. Bruh, you antagonizing. You're going to have to, well, can I film? It used to be, I remember one of the dumb ones was the dude that was, the white dude that walks around with the rifle, and then the black dude tried it and almost got himself killed. Like, bro, you should have knew that already. You mean to tell me all the history you know about black people in America, you thought that was a good idea? Because it won't. I mean, hold up. Man, I was about to say they're gonna be in Scotlandville somewhere. Baker, what's it? Is it Baker? Man, I forgot. Boy, I got some people still out there. I done forgot so many places in Baton Rouge. It's been a minute. I was out there like November. That's the crazy part about it. But let's go on. Society hasn't really learned much online. What's up, man? You mean to tell me y'all seen people be good, but for the most part online be bad parents online? I got you, Abdul. All is well, fam. All is well. I hope you good. So you've seen people be bad parents and do what? And those same people and those kids grow up and people go, I don't know what got into them. You fool. X, what's up? So you're not learning. You're not learning if you're gonna do all of this stuff and be this way and raise people this way, they're gonna turn out like this. But you on the phone thinking all of this stuff is entertaining every day. Like, society hasn't taught you to actually have some decorum. Like, I saw it when you put the thing up about Kanye. I gotta find it again. When he talked about like I found out the Grammys happened after the fact. Yeah. So, people, Kanye and his wife went out with them shenanigans, and it's like, bruh. But people, like he said, people would do that in real life. I think it's dumb to do it at the Grammys. It's not that important, but them people live in a whole nother stratosphere world. They go there wearing all kind of dumb stuff, and it's supposed to be shocking and great to the world. That's not for regular people. All of that dumb, extra, extravagant stuff that doesn't make sense is not for regular people. And let me get into that part too. Society hasn't really learned much online. All these people who are trying to make themselves feel like a celebrity because you're wearing a bunch of what you call luxury clothes. You might feel like you famous. You're not famous. A lot of y'all wearing all this jewelry. You get what I'm saying? That I can tell you right now is fake. I can tell it's fake from watching online. And I'm out here. I'm wearing 1.2 million. No, you not, dog. All that's fake. You can't even tell it's fake because if you stupid enough to pay millions of people with iced out Cartier watches, acting, that's 30 bands. No, it's not. A Cartier watch, a Santos is not $30,000. Not a skeleton. Well, maybe a skeleton is what? What's up, Thomas? Society isn't learning much online. Y'all still think putting lab created diamonds in this jewelry makes it more expensive. No, it don't. You wasted your time and money to make yourself feel important, and you're not important. They saw me. The same thing with you got a Lamborghini. For what? For what? I like stuff. I ain't rich. I've been around a lot of rich people. I'm gonna tell you some real stuff that obviously you haven't learned since you've been online. Very few people have a Lamborghini as a daily driver that own Lamborghinis. Very few people who own Ferraris, because you have to own multiple Ferraris to actually go up. Ferraris is like Rolex watches. You gotta be in there and buy stuff. They got you on the list or whatever. It's not their daily driver. All right. Sorry, I hate to break the news to you. A sedan is somebody's daily driver. Rich people don't actually, you got to be in an upper stratosphere of rich to ride around in a S5 series Benz, in a 7 series BMW, because you don't know how much it takes for the maintenance on them suckers. And when it goes to Lamborghinis, it's worse. But y'all on social media, I got this kind of car and this kind of car and this kind of car. You should. And I've seen people do this on social media, and y'all believe it. A person shouldn't have $1 million worth of cars and a $500,000 house. That is a sign of an idiot. A person should not have you shouldn't have $500,000 worth of jewelry and a $500,000 house. You're an idiot. That's dumb. Right. It ain't even that. Even like if you saw, when people like those Lamborghini trucks, Lamborghini trucks, Bentley trucks, Rolls Royce Cullinans, they're not big SUVs. You get what I'm saying? Like they're roughly around the size of a Ford Explorer. Literally. It's expensive, but it's roughly around the size of a Ford Explorer. Think about it. If you see a Cullinan, is a Cullinan the same size as an Escalade? No. An Escalade is bigger. Just a regular Escalade, not even an extended. A regular one's bigger. The G-Wagon is like, people don't, you paying hundreds of, you think it's a good idea? Thank you. To spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for a car the same size as a damn Explorer that gets 12 miles to a gallon on the freeway. That's why it's not a daily driver. And the reason I'm saying this about the jewelry and the clothes and the cars is because I get people want to be rich. That's cool. People want to have the American dream, be rich, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of rich people, there are people who are rich young. That's young rich stuff to walk around with overpriced regular jewelry, to walk around with you know, what you call it, high, I don't know, I don't even call it high fashion. That high fashion, whatever. That's dumb. Because as you get older, you start realizing y'all don't know what it like. Just to give you a premise, you don't want to have a closet full of Gucci, Ferragamo, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton. You don't. You know why? Because you're gonna realize you're paying hundreds and thousands of dollars, just hundreds, not hundreds. You're gonna pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for clothes, period. If you're buying all of that together, and you might not even have that many outfits for one. But for the most important thing is, you ain't got nowhere to wear that stuff. It's not a good idea to go out in a Gucci outfit, in a Balenciaga outfit, the places y'all want to go. It doesn't make sense. You don't want to go in society somewhere, like you said, and show the world, hey, I'm here to be robbed. It doesn't make sense. There are not enough places in the world to kick it like that. And because who needs y'all forgot when who was it? Virgil had those Louis Vuitton Letterman jackets. Think about that. That was like a $15,000 jacket. And when it first came out, it's like a $15,000 jacket. But seems like, oh, the Louis Vuitton Letterman jacket just went out of style only 2 years later. So what was that $15,000 worth? Nothing. You get what I'm saying? Nothing. Speak on sex. You know what? I hate your guts. With this Anthony Edwards there, I hate your guts for that. But society hasn't learned. I talked about the whole dating thing. But we'll get into it. You asked, we'll get into it. Sexual frustration is a personal problem. It's not an online problem. If we're gonna be real. If you sexually frustrated, that's a you problem. You know why it's a you problem? Because if you want to have sex that bad, go approach somebody. See, it's an easy way to say it like this. If you sexually frustrated and you think you're going to be on Instagram DMing people and that's going to help you, never. You're going to be sitting there typing beautiful, what's up, beautiful, all night long to 150 different people. And some of them people are not even them people. So if you want to meet, like, if you want to go out into society, right? And I'm going to say this just as a solution. And let me go back to the dating thing I was talking about. If you don't know how to date, if you're going to stay sexually frustrated if you don't know how to date, whether you're a man or a woman. And why I said earlier, one of the reasons I said earlier, if you can't go on 10 dates with 10 different people and be able to have a good time and not act ignorant, even when it doesn't work out, you're gonna always have issues. Because dating is a social experiment for you. You need to know how to act, and when you're talking wrong and when you're presenting wrong and when you're talking right and when you're presenting right. You need to know what's comfortable for you when you interact with a person. Because if you don't do that right, If you don't do that right, you won't know how to get out of sexual frustration because you can't approach people. It's very easy, and even when I was single, man, you know, I really didn't have issues with women in the sense of I couldn't get a lady. And people be like, hey, well, you know, I stay in relatively good shape, yada, yada, yada. But but and some women think I'm handsome and some don't. And that's just like everybody else. There are people who think you look good and there are people who think you ugly. And guess what? I get along with the people who think I look good and I get along with the people who think I'm ugly. I got along with the people who wanted to have sex with me and I got along with the people that didn't. And you know why that makes it easy? Because as long as you're a people person and you're cool with people and people are happy to be around you, you're gonna have sex. If sex was your issue, you're gonna, as long as you cool to hang around, you're gonna have sex. That's the easiest thing to happen. That's just a, I was, but let's get into something else for a second. Because that's what being online kills that with a lot of people. Now, same thing with this social media thing. And I don't know why, and I gotta say this. I don't understand how society is so close-minded and online. See, being on the phone, on social media, on the internet, gaming, it really makes a person close-minded because now everybody created, not everybody, but the majority of people have created their own fantasy little bubble. So these fantasy little bubbles aren't conducive to actually living life. And I say that to say, a person like I struggle with some things as I get older, because I struggle with people being, I don't know, like some people are just so socially awkward that it's like, look, I got to tell you this is not a good idea. And then some people are socially awkward to the point I'm like, listen, I might punch you because there's no reason for this to happen. It is no reason for you to be this ignorant. And this is what I mean. They definitely have, I'm sick, but this is my day off today. I'll go to the gym, I'll work out, I get in the sauna. When I walk in the sauna, it's a guy in the sauna on one side of the sauna. So I see him, I'm on the other side of the sauna. To me, normal, common sense type stuff. So he gets up and leaves after, when he done. So I'm still in the sauna. Now I got my headphones on. I'm listening to YouTube at the time. In a spot by myself. Sauna door opens. Young guy comes in and sits like 3 feet away from me. Only 2 people in the sauna, me and him. And I'm sitting there struggling with myself like, bro, I'm about to punch this dude. Like, I'm like, what is your 5 minutes later, old Asian dude comes in. What does he do? He stands next to me on the right and he's sitting there doing jumping jacks. And I'm sitting there like, why? What is wrong with you? Because the young dude's on the phone, the Asian dudes are just sitting there like, and I'm like, bro. And the irony of it is, I box at this gym, like I spar at this gym, like, so I'm sitting there like, man, I want to beat this shit. I just want to be in a sauna. No, Hispanic dude, Asian dude. I just want, and I'm thinking to myself, like, and he's on the phone like the whole time, like, and I'm thinking, like, bro, why are you so? Who? I was about to say who raised him because he was young, and then it's like a 60-year-old Asian dude being just as stupid on my other side. I'm like, what are y'all on right now? What is you on, shouty? And I say that to say, like, this goes a lot of different places. Cause like I'm sick. So a couple of days ago, I was still at the gym. I was on the treadmill. No, I was on the Stairmaster. And a young sister comes by because some of the Stairmasters is broke. And she came closer to me. And she came right next to me. And I looked at her, I said, hey, I'm sick, y'all. I don't know if you want, I gotta warn you, I'm sick. And she looked at me and she said, I appreciate it. And she went to the treadmill. I wasn't being a then another young sister came, same situation, because they didn't want to be where they was at. And then she came back like 2 minutes later, and I said, hey, I'm gonna be done in like 5 minutes, but I'm sick, so I don't want to. You get on here, just know she's like, look, I don't want to be sick, so I appreciate you telling me. So she went a little further. She went further in a different direction where the other Stairmasters, the other worker was at. It's just the last one she could get on. And I say that to say, and it's messed up to say this. I had to get it. I was trying to sweat all this stuff out. When I'm out in public, I can tell people aren't used to just regular, hey, what's up type of conversation. When I'm driving, society, you haven't, like, I see, when I'm in traffic, I see y'all doing the dumbest stuff. Why are you speeding when you see it? It's no reason to speed in a traffic jam that has a few open slots. Don't make sense. But people are online. If and more importantly, all you guys that race cars and y'all put your little tags on your car and the thing on your car and the plate's not on your car. I don't understand. So let me get this right. You like to race cars. So you put your handle on your car. You don't have your plates on your car. You got the little thing, the camera holder on the car. But bro, it's 4:00 in the afternoon. It's 4:00 in the afternoon. Everybody can see you. Nobody sleep. Everybody's out. The police is out. People getting off work, but you just riding around with this, like, oh, okay, no problem. Get yourself locked up. No problem. Same thing. I'm about to get into the other part. and I'm gonna say this is. I hate to get into this part. I just realized I really do. Even on YouTube, I'm sorry, y'all. This is about to get ugly. There's no nice way. I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say this. There are too many dumb adults on YouTube. There are too many dumb adults on Instagram. There are too many dumb adults who can't have an actual adult conversation online. Listen, how many times have you listened to a person and you like, hey man, you sound like you, and I'm not talking about a person's tone. I'm not talking about the accent. I'm not talking about the way they pronounce words. I'm talking about when you listen to them, you go, hey man, you really ain't got it all up there. Like, I don't, what you can't be this stupid. But you see it all the time. And shout out to my dog O'Shea. I remember we used to do the brother pill, and this is why I'm saying this. We used to do the brother pill, and just like every other thing, we have the title of the episode. We have the thumbnail for the episode. We talking as the episode going in. People are calling in, and then people call in people used to call in. What we discussing tonight? What? What's really going on? What the topic say? I didn't see it. You stupid. Fast forward. When Kevin was alive, people was calling Kevin show with that dumb stuff. Just what are you talking about? What you mean what we talking about? Oh, well, I know we talking about something different, but I want to talk about this today because I didn't get a chance to talk to you yesterday. What? So we need to treat you like short but shouty right now because you can't move on. My bad. I listen to, so fast forward to now. You listen to Tariq Radio. I listen to that. And people be calling. I mean, what bruh? What are we talking about here? You see these interactions online with when people having these conversations. People are having these conversations. Whether they be relationship conversations, but what you get a normal amount of people is people who just play dumb or are dumb or move the goalposts or argue about something, or we're talking about a general subject and somebody go, well, I'm not like that, and I don't know what your problem is, but I don't know what you've been through, but I ain't never seen that before. And it's like, hey, you ain't never seen this general thing we talking about. That's other people, but that's not me. But we was never talking about you though. Oh, I'm talking about me now. Oh, okay. Haven't you seen all them other people do that and look stupid? So, but now when you do it, you're not stupid. Oh, okay. All right. This what we doing. The trolling too. People get on here. People don't remember. People don't remember. Even on YouTube, there was a time, where if you troll somebody enough, they will find you in real life. They've had people on YouTube who people trolled, and those people went to see them personally and filmed it, and it's still on YouTube. That's how long ago that was happening. How many times people ran into people in real life that was trolling them? Like, that's what I meant by the disrespect earlier. Like, I don't understand. Like, y'all don't really get that, somebody might knock you out. You don't, it doesn't dawn on you. You say stuff to yourself like, I'm gonna get in these comments, I'm gonna talk crazy to this person, and it's funny, and they're like, okay. You'll never see me because I changed I'm an avatar, I'm a name, I'm a blah 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 blah. I personally had to tell somebody, like, years ago. I said, people can get your IP address, right? You do realize that. And then the person was like, I don't understand. What's the IP address? And like, so you doing all this trolling, you don't know that somebody could find you? You really thought you was that anonymous? That's what you thought, that's what you thought. To the point that's a section of the social media now where people make, people don't know. Most people don't know what a VPN is, honestly. And even the people that have VPNs, that means I got a VPN to say I'm in Austria, So I control a person. And it's like, you wasting your life, which is the segue to me getting into that. Don't waste your life on the internet and never live. This is the biggest issue of all. See, I'm gonna be a complete buck when I say this with you. Just if you ever somebody comes across this, I'm gonna tell you what you really need to understand. You do not want to be 60, 70, 80 years old, and the most you've done was be on the phone on social media with your life. Do you know how, just like, you know, for you ladies, I'm gonna be so, do you really want to look at your social media history, your Facebook page or your Instagram page or your phone, and it's just thousands of pictures with you in the mirror and somebody looking at your ass? Like that's like you're gonna realize, damn, I was 10 years straight of just looking in the mirror, in the bathroom mirror, in the house, a new apartment bathroom mirror. I went to work and I was in a women's restroom in the bathroom mirror. I went to my favorite restaurant in the bathroom mirror. Like, you really want to do that? Don't nobody want to tell, like, people got to tell you, man, you shouldn't want to waste your life online. It don't make sense. It does not make sense. Because let me say something about just real life. First, you gotta figure out who you are first. You're not gonna figure out who you are on the internet. You got to do that with you in the outside world and people. You can't figure out who you are online. That's not a good. You're gonna catfish yourself to believe you're something that you're not if you actually live your life online. That's what's gonna happen. That's a premise that gets overlooked. But it's no nice way to say what I'm about to say, and this is not a disrespectful thing. Well, I take that back. It can be viewed as disrespect if you're the other person. There are people who, in my lifetime, have died of AIDS, been murdered, cancer, heart attacks, other diseases, accidents, like accidents, freak accidents, aneurysms, just a lot, kids who got debilitating diseases, tumors at a young age and all kind of stuff like that. And some of them have lived a better life than people who had a full life to live and just wasted it. And some of them wish they could live a full life. And for for folks who believe in God and heaven and all that, there are people, you got people in your family as ancestors looking down on you like, you mean to tell me I did all of these things with my life to help you get in a better position, and I gotta watch you for 60 years? Well, not 60. That's being extra. I need to watch you for the vast majority of your adult life until you die. Just be on the phone. I went through Jim Crow. I worked the land and got on and worked double time. work 3, 4, 5 jobs, sacrifice my life to make sure you could get in a better place. And I'm watching you every day get on the phone and just look at the phone and swipe through pictures on the phone and listen to videos on the phone. Because what I'm about to get into, and I appreciate you saying that, Thomas. Bro, you are so on the money because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm 45. You will be surprised how many people in their 40s don't have a home or land right now. Right now. This is what being online has. People, the thing about people being online and out in life is when you're a certain age, people got to look at you like, hey man, what was you doing? What was you doing? What was you like? What did you do with your life? Some people out here like, you know what? I see people kicking it when they in their 20s. I want to kick it too. I'm gonna get grown. I'm gonna start drinking. I'm gonna start partying. I could go wherever I want and do whatever I want to do. And I'm grown now. And they waste their whole 20s being grown. And what they mean by being grown is, kicking it, doing whatever they want to do, not thinking. Then they get to their 30s. You know what? I need to start selling down. I need to get I need to get it together. But here's the problem. Now you're in your 30s and you don't know how far behind you actually are. And then people quit. They in their 30s and they start going, man, you know what? I got time. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could figure it out. I could put it together. I'm gonna still do what I'm doing. So I'm gonna grow up a little bit. And they keep doing the same type BS. Then they in their 40s. And then they're like, man, what the I want to still, play these games I'm playing. And then, but life like, man, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give 2 fucks about you. When it comes, right, Lord, let the internet. That's what happens. As we say, health problems, because, and then people start freaking out. So for the young brother, I'm gonna tell you what the internet is doing to y'all. Look at people my age, a little older and a little younger. And when we sound like we in our 20s, our life is over. Because we got a generation of people who 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, no land, no family, no relationship, and just online, complaining about life. And I'm gonna tell you what's so bad about that. You ain't got a life to complain about. If you got no land, no kids, and no family, and you still mad at something, it ain't the world that's the problem. It's you. It's you. It is, forget what these people talking about. Because I could get the relationship part. You can't find a relationship because people out here wilding. Cool. Understood. You ain't got no kids because relationship part. I mean, I don't know, because if you have enough sex, it might happen. And I ain't even saying you're planning it. If you have enough sex, it's going to happen. It's very much possible to happen. And I'm not a person who has unprotected sex, and I had a baby. So it's using a condom that just, that condom company owe me some money, man. But love my son. It is what it is. But let's go past that. So say you don't have a family, you don't have kids, but but now you don't have a place, you don't have a real place to stay either. Nah. No, what you on the internet talking about? What you on the internet to talk about? Because that's what people are do. What like people are really doing is people played too many games with their own life, and now they're looking for somebody to be grown for them. See, that's really the bulk of the whole relationship thing. The whole relationship thing, the whole relationship thing online, it ain't even about relationships. It's about I need somebody to help me live an adult life because I ain't living an adult life on my own. That's what that relationship, all that the gender war, or that's what that is now. A bunch of people who can't stand on their own 2 feet, who hiding behind I'm looking for love. That's what that is. That's why they asking everybody, what you got? What you got? What you got? Well, I can't be with nobody who ain't got this, and I can't be with nobody who ain't got that, and I at a minimum I need this. Okay. You have no idea how many people in their 30s and 40s, you know, doing have basically put themselves into homelessness, just on the brink of it. And I ain't talking about homelessness as living check to check, a person who's living check to check. No, you know, yeah, put them to work. He said, put them to work. You know, that's what I ain't talking that. Person living check to check, at least they working towards something. Most of these people ain't working towards nothing. Nothing. What are your goals and plans? Ain't nobody got no damn goals and plans. Look on social media. Tell me what people's goals and plans is to go viral. That's their goals and plans. You know, like right now, people will tell you, social media, whatever. The American school system is not up to par. That's cool. People aren't going to college because it's overpriced. I understand. You know what I don't understand? So you mean to tell me look on social media? You got people who went to school and have no skills in life. You got people who said school wasn't really for them and have no skills in life. You got people who realized school was overpriced, so I need to do something with my life and have no skills in life. So they're online. That's a problem. No, school isn't a gamble. I'm gonna tell you to be honest with you. School isn't a gamble. You know what a gamble is? Going to school and not knowing what you want to do with your life. That's a gamble. I'm gonna go, but you got people that went to school and don't know what they want to do with their life. You got people that didn't go to school and don't know what they want to do with their life. And you got people who just figure I'm gonna figure it out as I go. Who gonna pay for you figuring it out as you go? See, being online has made people believe there's always somebody there to actually foot the bill. Exactly. I'm glad you said that, Rashawn. People don't even try. That's a problem. People don't try. School, I honestly think education is a great thing. But what I honestly believe at this particular point is people don't want to learn how to think. And that's problematic. People think what being smart is knowing somebody that knows how to do something. So you just got a team of people that know how to do stuff. And what do you know how to do for them? Nothing. You know, most people, they have issues with that. You know, people just don't know. It's like, right, you got to be a life learner. Yeah, assuming that you have assistance in life is one of the worst things I've ever seen. So it's like, it don't. Social media, society didn't change, man. Society has people thinking, you know, in I hate. Sometimes when I say I hate saying stuff, I really do. Um, the internet have you believe. I, damn, it's not no nice way to say this. I just realized, oh my God. The internet has people believing that their life is actually a video game now, that they got extra lives. Like we've gotten to a point where we've watched people really act like they got another life. Like, oh yeah, I've been effing up, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These next 10 years, I'm gonna get one of them stars from Super Mario, and my next 10 years gonna be great. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit the reset button. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit the reset button. People think they can build themselves a character like what is that? A skin on like 2K or something? I'm building my player in life. You know what I'm saying? Look, you not doing nothing with your life, fool. Nothing. This is not a game. Life is not a game. You haven't watched if you've been online long enough, you've seen people waste their life. Literally just I don't know. I just, I got time to do what? I know people in their and I'm dead serious when I say this. I know people in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and their 60s right now who are just figuring out that, oh, I'm responsible for me in this lifetime. Yes. Yeah. Why you don't come check on me? Why would I? Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't been doing nothing for the last 30 years. What I need to check on you for? I need to come check on you, do nothing. You been doing nothing. I see you on social media every day. That's why we friends on social media. Because I know you ain't gonna do nothing. So I can see you still not doing nothing from afar. I need some inspiration. No, you don't need inspiration. You want inspiration? Boy, how come you so productive? Oh, I know what an empty refrigerator tastes like. That's what I know. I know what an empty refrigerator tastes like. I know what no heat in the winter feel like. What? Oh yeah. I know what no toilet paper in the house and you got a crumble up newspaper feel like. I know what that feel like. So I got to sit here and inspire you so you can get it together. No, I don't. No, I don't. Man. People, you get online, society got people online believing like, oh man, it's somebody out here that's gonna save me. Who? Society got people so out of pocket. Boy, what I'm about to say finna be so trifling. Look, man, I'm 45, dog. I'm not the best in the world. I'm not the worst, but it's some rules I got. I'm so sick. Yep. I wear, sometimes I got superhero stuff. I'm so sick of seeing fat people with Batman shirts and Spider-Man shirts, Superman shirts. I'm so sick of people wearing athletic clothes and are built like they're morbidly obese. I'm so sick. Boy. I'm so sick of people. I'm so sick of bad built people with picky appetites that don't really cook for themselves. having a nerve to tell you what they want and what they have and what they not gonna have. I'm a grown man. I like cartoons and anime. I'm so sick of guys thinking bro, you're not Luffy, you're not Vegeta, you're not Goku, you're not, I don't know, I forgot all these characters. You're not Aang the Avatar, bruh, you're not. Okay, it's okay to embrace this stuff, but don't go out into the real world and act like that's part of your life, bro. You stop it. When the bills are due, you are not. You're not Sasuke or what is it? One Punch Man. It's like, bro, the lights are about to get cut off. Oh, but if I hit the electric company with a Kamehameha, they'll make sure it stays on. Shut up. I'm so sick of people living in fantasy land online. It don't make no damn sense no more. And I'm finna be cold-blooded. Look, I just started watching a little bit of wrestling again. I'm so sick of 30, 40, 50-year-old men. I'm the Rock. I'm the Big Show. Shut up. You ain't bench press. You can't even bench press 225 pounds once. I really don't want to hear you feel like you Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, you're not Roman Reigns. Sorry. All right? Sorry, you're not the tribal chief. You just a fat fuck at Chick-fil-A with a t-shirt on. Nobody gives a fuck. But I'm important. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Social media got people tripping, and I can say this as a person because you're supposed to grow out of that. You can still enjoy it, but you're supposed to grow out of that. Yes, when we were children, we wanted to be Optimus Prime, and we wanted to be Wolverine, and we wanted to be, Bruce Lee or the Samurai Sunday. Those characters, one of the 5 deadly venoms. Yes, we wanted to be Ric Flair, the Ultimate Warrior, Ravisher Rick Rude, Sting, Ric Flair. We wanted to do all that. We was wrestling with each other in the move, doing the moves and all that. But damn, bro, you grown, dog. You grown. If you want to rock bottom somebody, rock bottom your children playing in the living room like real grown parents would do. Play with your kids. Let them learn and live it and have fun. You better not be out here playing around. Preach exactly. Do something productive. If you want to be physical, like he said, like join a boxing club. Damn. If you go to jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Wrestle. Actual wrestle. If you go play basketball, go do flag football. Go be active in the real world. Don't walk around with all this I'm active clothes on. Cut it out. Matter of fact, let me talk about when I say I'm active. Boy, I'm about to be so bruh. If you over 30 still talking about gang business, like you real active in the streets at over 30, you're a loser. You're a loser. I don't care what you say. There's no reason you should be still repping the set, flying the flag, waving the colors, all in quote unquote street business. Bro, you grown. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. Y'all, because now people online, y'all, I've been, I'm still in the gang, I'm in prison, I'm hey, bro, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. And it's crazy to say this. I don't care if you're a rapper. I don't care if you're a 60-year-old musician. I don't care if you're a rapper, if you're a singer. Okay, be that. But you better have a damn job, though. You better not be a 60-year-old rapper that never had a damn job. You better not be a 60-year-old singer that never had a job. You better not be a 60-year-old guitarist or a drum player that don't work like this. This is what no. If it don't pay the bills, do something to pay the bills and do that on the side. I'm sick. Like, we getting out of pocket now. We getting out of, like, this is out of pocket now. Hey, just work. Look, I'll tell you, Rashawn, defense is the most important thing, fam. You know, you ain't gonna really run into a lot of when you run into a fighter, and you feel like if you hold your own with a fighter, okay, you know. But like, defense is the most important thing. You know, you got your hands good, but if your feet, your head, and your defense is good, you can do anything. You know, I lived multiple lives exactly, bro, before doing anything. Absolutely. You know, I mean, that's why they make fun of some people who, you know, they went from a gang to religion. It's like, bro, you should have been in a religion first. You know, I can't trust you. Hell yeah. I'm being like, I don't have any tattoos. I had, you know, I'm gonna tell you a true story about me and tattoos. I don't, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Tattoos aren't a problem. If you want to get tattoos, get tattoos. But this is what I will say, because some people, everything you do is a representation of you. But I can tell you what tattoos tell me. If I see your tattoos and I'm looking at them, if your tattoos don't make sense and all scrambled and stupid, I'm gonna assume you scrambled and stupid. Because there are people who got tattoos and they're dope, that is well thought out, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people who have tattoos. You be like, what the, like, were you high one day and drunk the next, and you just thought this was cool the next? Like, it's some people that just look like a hodgepodge of dumb stuff that they've put on their body. Like, it did, like, when I was 17, you know, this is what I thought. And then when I was 25, this is what I thought. And when I was like, bro, no. You know. Like, I didn't get into it, but my son decided to get a tattoo. And I told him, and he was like, yeah, and he was hiding it from me. You know, show, which makes no sense. He showed everybody on my side of the family, but then didn't want to show me. I'm like, bro, that's your problem. But he wanted to do something. And what I told him was, I said, well, in all honesty, son, in all honesty, the money you spent on that tattoo is the money you could have used for that thing you really wanted to do. See, sometimes, you know, the tattoo stuff, it just depends on the person. Like, some people, I get it. Some people, it represents something about them, or family. Like me and my best friend, before he died, we got into it because he got tattoos. And I used to tell him, I said, dog, everybody know your name. Like, I don't know why you got a tattoo of your name. Like, that don't make sense. You know? Wow. You know? I mean, you know, yeah, like, there are people who got scars, they covered that up, you know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, I get it. Yeah, it's got to have something. Like, it just ain't. Some people just, man, let me tell you. Okay, let me back up. With tattoos, my true story is, in college, this is why I didn't get tattoos. So my roommates was like, hey, man, we thinking about getting tattoos. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm about 17, 18, because I started college at 17. And then I said, all right, I'm in. But I said, but I got a request. It's like, what's up? I'm gonna give me 30 days. And it was like, so, you know, we'll do it and it was like, why you need a month? I said, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait. I know what I want today, but if I don't want the same thing in 30 days, I ain't getting a tattoo. And it was like, one of us was like, okay, I guess. And then my best friend asked me, he was like, why you said that? I said, cuz, man, the tattoos are permanent. So because at the time I wanted a a star, like the Muslim crescent star, but the star, the is like the 8-point star. I wanted that, and then by the end of the month, I wanted like a big tiger because I was a DMX fan. He had the big dog on his back, and then I was like, bro, if I change my mind, nah. And for me, it worked out in life because the older I got, I ran into a gang of people that had tattoos, and the one thing that the vast majority of them had in common, they didn't like their tattoos. They had got their tattoos 18, 19, 20, 25, depending on the age when tattoos really started popping, 28. And then it was like, oh, the tattoo was cool when they got it. And then years later, they was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Then they had people with cover-ups and, people got bigger. They gained weight. So somebody would have an elephant and the shit looked like a hippo because they didn't gain 50 pounds. I've seen all kinds of stuff. And I've seen the evolution of, now people want to get in on the neck tattoo, the face tattoo. It's like, what are you doing? The tattoos on the hand. It's like, why? Like I remember when the hand tattoos first came out. There's this girl I know. She was gorgeous. She was a gorgeous. If I see her now, she's probably still gorgeous, but she was a gorgeous chick. And she got a hand tattoo because she thought it was cool. And I didn't think nothing of it because I wasn't even paying attention. And maybe about 3 months later, she was always wearing a glove. I was like, did you burn your hand or something? And then she's like, nah, I got this dang on hand tattoo. And I don't like seeing it now. I don't even know why I got it on my hand. And she's like, she just started buying gloves, thin gloves to just cover it up because she was sick of it. And I've seen that over and over and over, especially with people who have tattoos in places that they thought was cool, but then it's like, why the smartest people I've seen who wanted to have tattoos had tattoos where people couldn't see them. So, if you wear a person who could wear, they'll either wear like dress shirts, so long sleeve shirts, so anything from the collar of a t-shirt, everything could be under that could be tattooed. But if they could wear a t-shirt or a dress shirt, a long sleeve shirt, no problem, because they'll cover it up, or something that stops at the forearm. Like I've seen, I know some girls right now with tattoos on their face, and right now it looks good, but it's just that's a whole nother thing. Boy, I'm about to tell you something that you gonna need to know, but you ain't gonna want to know. For people who try to keep themselves in shape, there are people who like to keep themselves in good shape, and their tattoos is a way to measure their health. So what I'm saying is, like, there's some people who work out and they know their tattoos only look cool if they stay a certain weight in shape or size. They know if it goes too far over that, they're gonna look a horrible mess. So they get tattoos. So part of them getting the tattoos on that person on purpose was to, like, I've known people who knew I gotta stay looking like this to keep these tattoos looking like this. So this is the way I'm gonna do it. This is I'm not gonna let myself get overweight. I've known people who do that, and they've kept themselves together. But on the flip side, I know people who just like, they got tattoos to look cool, to look tough, and it's like, it was a waste. It was a complete waste. The other thing, I'm gonna say this other thing, and it sounds crazy, but I've saw something online that I've been seeing for too many years. um, it was better when you knew who you were and you didn't need a persona on the internet to feel important. Because social media hasn't taught you to be who you are. Social media hasn't taught you to accept the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? So social media hasn't taught you to just say, "Look, man, I'm good in the skin I'm in. I'm good with the way I talk. I'm good with the way I walk. I'm good with the way I look. I'm good with the way I dress. I'm gonna be me." Social media has taught people they can be a persona and not themselves. So people are just being something other than themselves, and it's getting bad because once you commit to a persona, you'll never be you because you don't know who you are. And that's the thing about, society hasn't learned how to actually be an individual anymore. Every society and social media, the social media world has made not everybody, but the vast majority of people are carbon copies in one way or the other. That's why, in a general sense, everybody, people dress pretty much the same. People talk pretty much the same. People wear their hair pretty much the same. People, even with the tattoos, people have the tattoos that are pretty much the same. People have the same material wants and dreams. They're not individual. People eat pretty much the same. People are just a carbon copy of something else, and trying to say I'm different. People are religious the same. So there's no real personal relationship with yourself to actually be personable to other people. And it's messed up. It's messed up, man. And at the end of the day, and I remember telling this to my son. My son used to like, "Man, I'm different, and I'm different. I'm special." And I used to tell him, I say, "Hey, man, everybody's different and special. It's 7 billion people on the planet. Ain't none of them the same. And some people are twins. Everybody is completely different on this planet. Everybody is an individual. Everybody is something special. It's okay to be you. You used to tell. Yeah, it's like, you can't be proud to be where you from in your upbringing if you not, everybody's trying to, and that's what I'm trying to say. Everybody's trying to be mainstream or viral and not be themselves. I know who I am. I was a kid born in New Orleans. My family grew up in New Orleans. I was raised partially in New Orleans. Then I moved to the DMV. I moved to Chicago. Then I moved to the DMV. Then I moved back to Chicago. Nope, that's wrong. I moved to Chicago. I moved to the DMV, Chicago, back to New Orleans, back to Chicago. I did a lot of little moving as a kid or whatever. But I'm a product of those places. I'm a product of New Orleans. I'm a product of my experience in the DMV and the things that happened. I'm a product of the West Side of Chicago. And I don't have no qualms or problems with that. I don't fully fit in New Orleans because I'm more Chicago than New Orleans. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Michael Jordan's son, a grown man. He won't be on coke. That's his problem. That's on him. His dad can't do nothing for him. And the reason I say that is because if you've been around the block enough, you learn to enjoy other people for who they are, represent. People from Oakland have a swag about them. People from L.A. got a swag about them. Shout out to my dog O'Shea. Sacramento got a swag about it. People from Vegas got their own get down. You know what I'm saying? People from here out here in Texas, Dallas, Houston, they got their own get down. Austin. When you're in the Midwest, Chicago got their own get down. St. Louis got their own get down. You know, Cincinnati got their own get down. Detroit got their own get down. You know, Philly, Pittsburgh, you know, of course, you know, New York, but New Jersey, Boston, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, you know, Miami, Tallahassee, Gainesville, Duval, that's Jacksonville, if y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? People got their own get down. And and one of the greatest things is to hang around people from every different place. Because instead of trying to be some cookie cutter version of somebody else, if you go around and if you get around enough people, you'll learn to love a lot of different people because you can respect everybody's get down. You can respect it. You gonna make fun of some stuff because it ain't where you from. They're gonna make fun of some stuff for you, but you gonna hey, tell them what I've done, you know. You can respect it. You can respect the New York cat repping New York. That's who they are. You can respect a Cali cat repping Cali. You can respect that. But you can't respect somebody who, man, you know, bruh, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? You from Baton Rouge, but you want to act like you from Compton. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Come on. Like you know, you ain't listen, like you ain't grew up on Boosie and B-Lo. Like what we doing, dog? Like what is we doing? Yeah, Port Arthur, like don't let social media take away who you are, where you from, and your originality and your story because you feel like it don't fit. Man, forget that, man. Forget that. South Carolina folks is dope. North Carolina folks is dope. Mississippi, y'all, Yazoo, Greenwood, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I've been to Jackson, Biloxi, Gulfport. Man, there's dope people everywhere, dog. You know, Alabama, Birmingham, man, please, dog. Like y'all gotta understand, like Louisiana, Lafayette, Opelousas, Bogalusa, you know, Lake Charles, Shreveport, Bossier City. Like, if you could connect with people, you would have a much better life. And I say that to say this in this sense. When I was talking about the dating and yes, and it asked me about the frustration and all that, you know, of people, you'll realize, man, how cool it is to be around people that are from different places but have a similar upbringing. You don't realize how special that is. You know, I have friends from parts of Africa, from the Caribbean. You know, I have Hispanic friends. Like, it's just you learn so much from each other. You get what I'm saying? Even in Louisiana, like my wife be getting on me because she be like, "You're Cajun." I was like, Cajun is white. I'm Creole, okay? Creole, okay? Black people are Creole, Cajuns are white. So every time she mess with me, she be like, "You're acting Cajun." I'm like, you know what? But even in Louisiana, Cajun folks, you know, black people, white people aren't as intertwined as y'all think. We do things differently. You know, you got to be open to stuff, man. Be open to stuff. Some things you're not gonna like, but just be open to trying at a time or two. Social media got you not trying stuff. You know, it's okay to go to a hole in the wall. It's okay to go to a juke joint. It's okay to try a Zydeco. You get what I'm saying? It's okay to two-step. You know, depending on where y'all at. Someplace like St. Louis steps different than Chicago. They step different than Detroit. It's okay to step. It's okay to go to the DMV and do some house music and do some go-go. Go hang out. Go enjoy the world. Don't let the internet box you in and you not actually enjoy stuff, man. You know, go to the Bay and just and get it in if you got the opportunity to. You get what I'm saying? Go enjoy yourself. Enjoy new people and new experiences, new foods, new sounds, new music, new ways to live. Don't let social media give you a life and you not experience a real life. That's the bulk of this conversation, man. People haven't learned much online because there's no people online. You know, I was working a couple days ago, and this has happened maybe in the last few weeks. I've ran into people who can't speak English, and Google Translate is dope, you know. And I notice when the people want to have a conversation and I'm on Google Translate with them, they give me this look. Like at first, they give me a look like, man, I hope you don't cuss me out for not knowing how to speak English. And I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? So we having a conversation. I'm translating because I had one person who only spoke Arabic and I had one person who only spoke Spanish. Sometimes Spanish I get certain things, sometimes I don't. So Spanish is if I gotta have a whole conversation, I need to do translate. So both of the times I'm talking to the people, we translating and we're communicating. And you could communicate without communicating. Nonverbal is a great way to communicate. And at the end of all of these conversations, the number one thing that was understood was, it's not a big deal. I can help you what you asking for. And there's no disrespect here. It's all love. And the people was able to go away from that and go, okay, cool. I'm glad I didn't have a bad experience. And that type of stuff is what's important. And if we can do that with people who don't speak the language when they're here, we should be able to do that with people who do speak the language when we're here. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna go to country. If you ever go to Japan, they're not speaking English for you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Certain places in Africa, they speak English. Shout out to Uganda, they speak English. Uganda, Kenya. They got a lot of places in Africa speak English, but there are countries that don't play with you like that. You in their country. You know what I'm saying? You go to the islands, they got their patois. You not finna, could you speak more American for me? Man, shut up. If you go to Brazil, you better learn a little bit of Portuguese. There's some people who speak English, but you gotta, you gotta fit in, man. So, and that's another thing that I'm gonna say, and I'm about to go. Social media hasn't taught you to humble yourself in people's environments. If you want to be a great person, sometimes you be a person that people could come to, and you can have a good, and y'all can have just a respectful interaction. And if you go somewhere, you can be respectful. That's actually one of the biggest reasons why you go to different type of restaurants that have different type of cultures, because I get racism, and to be honest, I don't like going to certain places at all, just because the people get on my doggone nerves because they act a certain way. But most times I have a lot of good experiences with people, because if I show up, it might sound weird, but they know I'm here. Look, I'm here for the food. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the food. I'm here for the food. I ain't here for no drama. I'm here for the food. And I've been in Greek spots, African spots, Caribbean spots, Asian spots. What is that? Is that South African spots? Of course, Italian spots and all that other stuff, Hispanic spots. I've been to a lot of different joints, and for the most part, it's the same thing. And I say that to say, it's the same thing when I said earlier, people interacting. I know racism in the police. I don't have as bad as interactions as I used to have with cops. But even when I had bad interactions with cops when I was younger, it wasn't me antagonizing them. It was basically them antagonizing me. And I'd be like, listen, I will knock you out. Like, it's not even we I'm not even gonna play that. That's literally what it has been. But for the most part, even when I have to express myself, I'm being nonchalant and I'm being dead serious. Like, it is what it is. On the Reddit, man, what's up? You know, so that's like society needs to teach you. Like, if you get pulled over, like, hey, just don't even tense up. And for black young men in particular, don't tense up. I know they're gonna tell you this 10 and 2, sir, and this, that, and the third. The most important thing to do if you ever in a situation, even when the cops want to be a jerk, is just be chill. You did such and such. I did what? Oh, okay. I didn't. I wasn't intending to do that, but okay. You know, is there a reason why you did it? No, I didn't even. No, I just didn't mean to do that. I did it, but it would, or be like, yeah, I did this and this, and then that happened. So it wasn't, nothing out of pocket. It was just this and this. To be straightforward and chill. Every, and I'm a person who got guns pulled on me and been chill with that. He got the gun. I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Because I remember having to tell a cop, I said, hey, man, you can't, I was like, is this a traffic stop? It's like, yeah. I was like, well, you gonna write me a ticket? He's like, yeah. I said, well, you can't write me a ticket, bro, if you just got your gun out the whole time. Like, it's no way. Like, it's just no way. And then and dude kind of like, yeah, you kind of right. I'm like, I'm just saying, like, this ain't no police chase. Like, exactly. Yeah, Ricky Jack Club 57. Man, that's what people got to learn, man. The best thing to have is a chill demeanor. Best thing to get if in society, to have a real, just cool, easygoing demeanor. And I've had to tell, like, I remember going to a nightclub when I was younger and being at the bar. And anybody who go to a nightclub, y'all know when it's a club, music going, people at the bar, it's loud. It's like you gotta, it's crazy just to get a drink, right? But I'm one of the people that I be chilling. I be like, once I get to the front, I'll be like, hey, just point my finger like, yo. I said, when you get to me, you get to me. That's it. That's how it is. Order my drink. And I never forget, I had a brother try to push me out the way. So he tries to squeeze in and shove me out the way. I literally just took my forearm and just slowly just pushed him all the way back. Like, not even, I ain't push him hard. I just slowly just moved. And the dude's looking at me like, because he's trying to push my arm back. And I'm like, you're not strong enough, dog. It was a gentle way of letting him know he wasn't strong enough. And in that interaction, after that, did we get into a fight? Nope. Did he say anything crazy? Nope. Did he wait to get his drink? Yep. I've had too many experiences. So, sometimes, oh yeah, I definitely get tired of, you get tired of being chill with all the time. The thing about emotional people is, and this is just real talk for me. When somebody's like overly emotional and the thing about being chill for me is I got some rules. If I'm not gonna see you again in 5 minutes, I don't care. You can be all, but if I know this fool ain't finna 5 minutes from now, this fool gonna be out of here, or I'm gonna be either they're gonna be gone or I'm gonna be gone. I ain't gonna never see you again. I don't care about you. That's one of my rules. The other rule is, if I gotta fight you, what I'm gonna waste my energy for getting emotional too? I'm gonna put my energy on knocking you out. That's it. Like, I'm gonna sit here yelling at you? No. I've literally told people this, and it diffused a few situations. I was like, hey, You might want to save your energy for the fight, dog. Like all this breathing and getting loud, you gonna need that. He'd be like, "What? Yeah, you gonna, bro? If you obviously we finna fight, dog. So if I was you, I'll calm down, dog. Like you all that shit ain't gonna. You'll be tired when I start hitting you. You're like, wait, what? Because it's because that's part of like if anybody fights a lot, all that huffing and puffing and being angry. That take a lot of energy. That's why people tired before they fight from all that yelling and screaming and being mad. Yeah. It's like, and I got a third rule that says, like at this point when I'm 5'8", 165, I fluctuate between 65 and 70. I don't fight people that are around my same weight. And it might sound weird, but let's just say if I get on a bench right now, and I don't do bench press, I can do at least 20 reps with 225. That's a minimum. I could knock that out easily. And that's just chest. I'm exceptionally strong for my size. I hit harder than, even when I spar, I don't hit people because I hit people, but I don't like put no weight on it. I don't put the hip into it or the snap into it like I could, because I've broken numerous heavy bags and aqua bags. So like when you know what you could do, it's like, man, what am I gonna sit here and do this for, dog? Why am I gonna bro? There's no way you got a chance in a snowball's chance in hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, man. Exactly. It's like, who needs facial? Like, I need a facial expression, bro. All I need to do is catch a person with a hook. If I hit a person with a straight hook, I got into a fight with a guy a few years ago, and my shoulder was already hurt because this is after a car accident. I got one good hook off that I get that full of concussion. I personally know, me personally, I only need one shot. I'm dead serious. And that's why I don't try to get into it, because I'm not a person, I'm not the kind of guy that needs, I need to hit you 3-4 times. I don't. If I hit you 3-4 times, that means I just didn't want to knock you out. That's it. If I hit you if I hit you one good time, you're going to sleep. You're going to sleep. And I know that because I've been knocking people out since I was in the 6th grade. I stopped fighting for a good, from like 7th grade. I really held back when I was fighting from like 7th grade to like 11th grade. You ever? I didn't read Neely Fuller. I read a lot of different stuff, but I never read Neely Fuller. I know exactly who he is, and I listened to a lot of stuff, but there were other people I read. You know what I'm saying? So since I'm so still West Side, Fred Hampton is still kind of my low key number one. But that's because I grew up there. Yeah, I can turn the cheek. I don't. That's just, look. Life has taught me this, man. I've if you get to know people, got you. He nearly fully died today. Damn. Sorry, man. That was heavy. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna get out of here. I just realized that. Yeah, man, that was heavy. The one thing I learned of being around people, even when it comes to like fighting and violence, the vast majority of people can't fight. So it's a waste of time to get into fights with people. You get what I'm saying? The vast majority of people can't fight. 90% of people can't fight, period. And the other part of that is you got to recognize when the people who are really just trying to look to stab or shoot somebody, and they're picking a fight for that reason. Because that's what a lot of people who peacocking and posturing, those are really the people that got a knife or a gun somewhere. Because that's what they do. That's the only way they could feel, hard or tough. They got to pick a fight. Oh, I stabbed that fool. But they're not gonna tell somebody, yeah, your boy picked a fight with somebody, and that to stab him, to act like he was tough. And it's like, same thing with people with guns. Like all that, social media got people thinking, that it's all good to do road rage. I'm not a fan of that for the same reason. Yeah, I'm not gonna chase you around in my car, and you're not gonna be, driving crazy behind me, and pass me and then speed up, and then 5 minutes later we at the same stoplight because you really ain't going nowhere. Like sometimes I've learned a long time ago, man, if a person want to be crazy, let them be crazy on their own. And the reason why you got to let them be crazy on their own, because they really not like that. All of these people who want to act crazy and act tough and be out of pocket and be disrespectful, 90% of them really not like that. And you'll learn one day, if you have to punch a person right in the mouth for talking crazy or doing something reckless, and they give you that shock look like this never happened. I saw a comedian say, Josh Johnson, I saw him say this recently. You realize when you hit a certain age, all the adults who really never really got their ass whipped because they're still doing shit that should get their, like they never really got their ass whipped. So they walking around like, yeah, they never got a whooping or never got beat up, never got stomped out, never got smacked in the mouth. You could tell because there's a certain level of arrogance. So, sometimes you don't waste your time with people like that. Because everybody thinks, I could talk to everybody any kind of way. I could do whatever I want. Once you hit a certain age, let them crash out. Let them. Unless, like I said, let social media teach you that. Let a person crash out. But let me get out of here, man. It's family time or whatever. So I hope y'all have a great night, man. I really do. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
It looks like a job for Superman.
Do this,
Spoken from the lips of the young or the old, fear of me.
Yeah, gotta put it all in.
And they are Superman.
All the way. I guess I'm taking off the cake through the glasses in the trash. Being super is great, saving y'all is such a drag. Even God took a break, me I ain't coming back. I got one life to live, if you don't like it, that's your ass. Cause nobody saved me, cause when I walk, I'm just a peon. I could use somebody just like I'm the kings of neon. This world is cold as ice, mixed with salt, mixed with freon. They got me pissed off, but that's better than being peed on. For eons, human beings took kindness for weakness. When you constipated, you start to appreciate shit. Put before you life and death, and you just gotta choose. The kryptonite life means you still follow the rules. If your credit's messed up or your bills ain't paid, then it's getting disconnected. Can't nobody say the day. And I can fly, leave a building in a single bound, but I can't stand fair weather friends, and I just fly around. My super friends in Justice League, only folk I kick it with. Kill Lex Luthor, so what? We had to finish it. Kids play games and adults play for keeps. And me, I play to win, but I ain't playing in these streets. And life is not a joke, then again it ain't this serious. Superman can say the day, but God can say the Superman. Saga of the kryptonite, life just ended. You enjoy listening? Man, I'll finish it. Lois, come holler at me. I got an ice couch. Thank you. Coming out. Listen, I knew you would like it cause we made it. I'm so frigid and so fly.